Alright, so today's video is sponsored by Rocket Money. Have you ever had a bunch of random subscriptions you just forget about? Well, Rocket Money is here to help. Rocket Money is the personal finance app that helps you cancel subscriptions, lower bills, and manage your money better. I'm using Rocket Money to cancel unwanted subscriptions that I may have forgot about, which sometimes can happen. Subscribe to something and you go, wait a second, I completely forgot about that. And that's where Rocket Money comes into play here. To save more and spend less, join over the 5 million members using Rocket Money today. Go to rocketmoney.com/emongg or click the link in the description to get started for free. You can also unlock even more features with premium. Hopefully we're able to go through here with the Rocket Money app and find all of the random subscriptions we have, and now Sully will have more toys. I don't know if we'll add that in there, but, you know, just in case we can fit that in there, you gotta give Sully more toys, okay? I hope you all enjoy the video. Don't worry, we'll do another Alright So. Alright, so today's video, we are watching a Silver 2 DPS on console, and then we playing Widow. They say, I'm one-tricking Widow this season, and I feel like I do pretty well in a majority of my games. I usually have the most kills and sometimes even the least deaths. However, I've yet to win a comp match this season so far for the most part. This game was pretty even on both sides. I had a lot of good picks throughout the game, especially at the end of the second round. But my teammates could not clean up after I killed most of the team. I feel like they weren't contributing as much as they could have. The tank would not take space and the supports were not ulted. I am currently Silver 2, but I was Plat 5 before the rank reset. I have played 15 games so far and lost them all. I am welcome to any constructive criticism and tips to help me get better. By the way, you've been binging my bingo videos. They're amazing. Heck yeah, I actually have a new bingo video coming up sometime soon. So I do want to point something out here. If you're 0-15 this season, and while streaks of unluckiness can happen in ranked, there comes a certain point where, like you mentioned, you have the least amount of deaths on Widow. You can do that by just sitting in the back, right? Like, if you're never going in, then I wouldn't look at your death count as like, oh, yeah. So I'm just kind of more along the lines of showing that. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. You never know. It could be a good time. Let's find out. Let's see what's going on here. Is it your teammates? Is it you? Is it, what can you do when you've lost 15 games in a row? All the way from Plat. Cool Widow skin.
Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
Took you a bit to shoot at that Malga at the beginning there. I was surprised. So you're okay. So just remember that when you're at a spot and they know you're there and you've shot twice, the worst thing you can do is just re-angle yourself a little bit. Yeah, that part was gonna be pretty obvious that they were gonna go for a kill on you there. Right when you missed your first couple shots. All right. Okay, let's see what how part 2 goes here on your Widow. Okay. You're backing up a little bit for positioning. Uh-huh. All right, so far, the best way to explain this is that you can bring up your teammates a little bit here and there, but so far you haven't really contributed to the defense here. So this is better. Oh yeah, but your position's a little bit off here, so hopefully you end up getting this kill on this Junkrat. Because it's looking, yeah. All right. Interesting start is all I'm saying. Interesting start. Nice shot. That was a good shot. Good job. Your position is still very rough. I want to point out to you that you want to be at angles like right here. Yeah, you're going the right way. If you play that close, you're just asking for them to absolutely roll you. So this is a little bit better. It's okay to shoot at them. Nice. There you go. Okay. Well, at least you found the tire. You know what? I respect that play. That is a play that I also do. It's I don't trust anybody to kill this tire, so at the very worst, it will get me. That is a strategy that I will also do. So don't you worry. Okay. Yep, so you have to remember, there's moments in the game where, like, a certain pick that you do can, like, turn the tides of, like, what's happening. And so far, you haven't quite had that pick as Widow yet. So, like, right here could be one of those moments, right? Because they're not looking at you. But this once again goes to your positioning is now all in. Like you're just all in them, and you've decided that I just don't see where. This is a treat. Okay, so I need to pause for a minute here because I feel like there's... So you wanted to bring up your teammates and how there was a bit of a struggle with your teammates and how they were playing and all this. But so far, you really haven't done much this game. And I want you to think about that from just like the way that the game goes in general. If you're not getting any picks, if you're constantly out of position, if you're doing things like this, like how can you expect to consistently win? Right? So that's a lot of the problem I'm seeing right now is that you've been basically out of most of the team fights, whether it's your bad positioning, whether it's things like this where you just aren't even involved in a team fight. It's really hard for your team to be able to, if you're not able to pick up a pick or two every team fight, then like, this is one of those situations where, yeah, you might pop off right here, but like, is this what you're referring to as popping off? Because okay, and I guarantee that's what it is. See, you have these moments and you go, dude, what are we doing as a team? I just got 3 kills. But like, let's rewind a second to the whole sequence that started here. You didn't do anything to help your teammates stop the point. So they got the first point for free. They got the second point for free. So I think what you need to do is try to be more involved with your team so you're not doing plays like this. Like, here's a setup spot that you could have been on Widow when they were coming back here. And this is going to give your team more space. Right? If you're a flanking Widow and you're doing nothing, they don't have anything to worry about. They're just like, oh, there's a Widow behind the maze. Like, yeah, I'm done there. They're not going to do anything, right? If their call-out could be, I'm not saying this is their call-out, but if their call-out could be, yeah, don't worry about it, their Widow's not doing anything, then you're probably doing something wrong at that point on Widow. And that's basically what's happening. So if these are the plays you're making and you're going, dude, I'm dominating, my teammates aren't keeping up with me, you are just as much as part of the problem as like your teammates losing the team fight.
Some Widow spectating emongg blankies.
Matt, thanks for the 5 months of the tier 1. Thank you, appreciate it. Thank you. Like you're just as much a part of that problem. Because you're literally, you weren't doing anything prior to that. So you can make plays like that and go, okay, but we'll see. Now, third point is actually one of the best Widow spots, like, if you want to play Widow. So third point, you should be able to dominate. Because third point, you have range, you can stay far back, they have to go really far to you. Like, there you go. Free kill on emongg. But, like, this is what I mean, though. Like, right here, I feel like you're more involved with your team. This is what I'm talking about. If you're all the way over here doing nothing, your team's going to have essentially a 5v4 or a 4v5 for a while. And then even if you come back and get kills, your teammates are already dead. But this is a good spot. And they have to worry about you more, right? There's also a Moira to your left. You heard them fade. Thankfully, you got away, but your movement was a bit rough. Okay, here we go. Going up top. Nice. All right, nothing's happening. Nothing's happening. All right. Wait for it. All right, finally. Nice kill. Still a little bit. I still think you could have taken a more aggressive angle, but I also don't mind that you got the kill. Okay, wonderful reaction to the tire. Yeah, so try to shoot the tire, especially if you hear it to your right. I mean, so far, like, let's be honest here. Your position and just ain't good. I do like the aggressive angles, but your aggressive angles mean that you use your grapple to get to a better angle, not stay in the middle of the team fight, spin around in circles, and then die to a Junkrat tire. You know what I mean? Like, that's what you want to... Playing an aggressive angle is fine. You use your grapple to get out to a better angle. You use your grapple to just end up in the middle of their team. No, I know they wanted... Okay, so let me rephrase this. I know they wanted the grapple up here to the life weaver pedal, but when they were here initially, right, eventually their reaction wants to be going back here, right? Instead, they ended up using grapple, I forgot exactly where, and they ended up down here. They want to end up back here, right? Because now you're taking another advantageous angle, and then by the time they can get to you, you can now grapple out again, and you're at safe angles. Do you see? This is what I talk about in every rank possible, and this can apply for every hero. Your escape route, right? Always think about it. Where are you going to go if they take away your space? Not, oh, I'm just going to sit here until they get me. You need to think about your escape route. So, like, from here to here, see? Now you stay here. Now they eventually dive you. Even if you don't have grapple, you can drop down. You have a health pack in this room. You can also grapple away once it's back up again. But if your play is just to drop down in front of them, like, they're always going to be able to get you. You're a free pick as Widow at that point. Is what I'm getting at. Like, even there. You see that grapple right there where they grappled from here to there? They can just jump up here. Why waste the grapple there? You know what I mean? Things like that. Little things like that will add up. I'm not saying that you know, they'll get you right now where you'll need your grapple, but that would have been a situation. Nice shot. You're playing too close. Do you not notice you're playing mid-range? You're playing the range of where you want to play Cassidy. That's what it feels like to me. It's like you want to play at the range that Cassidy would be able to get value. Which, you're going to have moments where that will go fine, but like a lot of times it's going to be able to kill you. Nice shot. We've all been there. We've all been there. It happens. Queen is very fun. I agree.
No one can hide from my sight.
Now remember, chat, as I was saying, Widow is good for third point here. I see a lot of Widows dominate third point, so. Huge Venom mine. React? Okay. You need to be a little bit more... How do I explain it? You can... That's on you. That's 100% on you. If you're going to stand still while you can hear a Sojourner shooting at you the whole time, that is 100% on you. Like, your reaction time to that was... essentially, there was no reaction time to that. Okay. Yep. That's a light. Mm-hmm. It's like you're afraid to shoot at even their tank sometimes. And what I don't understand about that is, like, even pressure in the tank will be... Okay, that's fine. That happens right there. That part, I get it. I don't even know if it's like a reaction time thing. It's like at some point someone told you not to shoot at tanks. Like, if you're playing Widow and you don't shoot at a tank ever, I'm going to be so happy. Keep that in mind. If you never shoot at me and I'm a tank, I'm going to be so happy. I'm going to be like, holy crap, thank you so much for not shooting at me at no point here. Like, that would be great if you didn't shoot at me the whole time. Hey, Maron, no, that's like one of those timing things that they have. That was a timing thing. It's like, it appears you should be on the point, but you're not actually on the point. It's like, that happens all the time. Whenever they change the way that they changed something like a while ago in Overwatch 2 that I don't like, where the game is over, but like the game isn't over yet on your screen. Rank is this Silver 2, and they used to be Plat 5. Basically summarized, they said their teammates weren't keeping up with everything. And that they get picks and their teammates can't win fights, basically. Which, I'm still waiting for the moment of, like, multiple picks that would dictate that, but yeah. Nice shot. I mean, a lot of their issue is they play too close. Like, they're just basically a free kill on Widow, and then their reaction time to things, like... I don't even think it's reaction time. It's like they get shot at and they go, not my problem. And then they're like, the other player's like, why are they standing still? Like, not my problem. My teammates don't heal me. It's their fault. Yeah, I was gonna say you can't walk on that. It's... Yeah. Oh, okay. Nice shots. Good play. I once again want to point out to you, though, when you're in those moments of being with your team and being involved in the team fight, I'm noticing much better results than when you just are 2 feet from the other team and not really doing anything. Do you see the difference here? Like, there comes a point where maybe it's not just like your team that's the issue. It's more along the lines of that you take yourself out of so many team fights that your teammates need you and you're not there to help them. By just even doing, like, the slightest of damage like that. Oh, wait, that's a range that's more effective for you. Do you see that range? I like that range for you. If you play right next to them and then expect not to get killed over and over again, that's where it becomes a problem. Huge Venom Mine? I mean, these Venom Mines have been unreal. I can agree with that.
No one can hide from my sight.
I've played 0 ranked games today. Going up and high. And Emmy, thank you for that. Thank you. Appreciate it. Okay, now you're flanking. Nice shot. This is, by the way, this is what they were referencing when they say they get kills and then they can't win team fights. If you come back to a team fight where you've already lost 3 of your teammates and then get 2, you can't be like, oh my, we should have won that team fight. I got multiple picks. Multiple picks? What do you mean? Like, you're so just not in team fights half the time. And that's why you're going to struggle sometimes. Now, don't get me wrong, I know the Sojourn pushed you. But, like, you're just so... You're not a part of all these initial team fights. A lot of your kills are cleanup kills later on when your teammates... You already lost teammates. So if you're going, oh, I'm winning these team fights, I'm getting picks, and we're not winning them, I still want to point out that you're losing your teammates prior to you even being involved in a team fight. Like, that's on you. Like, you know... Like, here, let me give you an example. Like, you saw they weren't going to touch point after a certain point. So the best thing you can do is grapple away to here, right? Now you're at an angle to where you can clean up kills, and your teammates that are here can now be involved with you and be able to get a play. Instead, you sit on the cart by yourself when you can already tell they're going to get to the cart in time. Like, that part was obvious. So rather than, like, grapple back to here, you get rolled by a Ramatra, and then you're like, oh, my teammates. But, like, do you see the problem here? You're just never set up in a spot that you want to do as Widow. And your teammates still ended up clutching it. Why didn't the face tank and Ramatra work out? I don't know.
Now I truly feel alive. You must like having me around.
Mm-hmm. Nice shot. I was gonna say, I don't know what's like, if it's like on your sound, but like, do you notice that you don't react to anybody to your left sometimes? Like, you could blatantly hear the Junkrat just stomping, and then your reaction was, not my problem. It feels like the majority of the game is anything the other team does, you go, not my problem. And as long as you just do this. This is all you want to do. You don't want to do anything else. You're not worried about if they shoot at you. You're not worried about if they're doing anything. You just want to sit right here. Oh, you backed out? This is neat. Oh, no, you went back to the same spot. Oh, no. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Yep. Oh, there you go. You grappled 1 foot. Wonderful. Okay. Yep. Wonderful. This is a treat. Listen.
I am on my way.
You need to find ways to create shots and create angles for yourself. You're not doing that. You're just hoping the other team hecks up, and that's it. You're just relying on the other team to heck up. You keep going to the same spot. Okay, fine. Let's take a wider angle. Finally, thank you. This is good. A wider angle. Yes, to here. Let's go. Now they have to worry about you from a different angle. Thank you. Even if they get you, now they have to, this separates them from going to your team. Now you can have a little bit easier spot. That's what you need to do. Thank you. That is exactly what I wanted to see out of you. That play right there is what I wanted to see. Good job. I know you didn't win the team fight, but yeah. Those angles are what's going to help your team. Oh, and we're back to the, are we going back to the doorway to the left and oh yeah, I was going to say, that Sigma wasn't playing hide and seek with you. Okay. Wonderful. Hey, you got the pick. Your teammates did.
No one can hide from my sight.
That was a tough shot. Yeah, they have a lot to work on. I mean, okay, remember, nice shots. This is good. I also want to point out, do you notice how you're playing a long range and it's really hard for them to kill them and you're also on a different angle than your teammates? It's all benefiting you in a good way here. And this is what I want to see more out of you. This is good. This is good. Nice shot. See how you're far away but you're involved in a team fight? This is what I like to see. How's it going, Rap? Nice job. Now, don't give him a free kill now. You were doing good up to this point. All right, so just remember that. I think you might have gotten more SMG kills than scope kills. Health pack behind you. Health pack awareness is key. Now, that Sigma's not going to play hide and seek and disappear. So remember, if you don't see him, good job. Okay. Now get to a spot. Now think about positioning. Stop worried about the cart. Your teammates have cart. Pop walls for your teammates. It helps your team. Pop walls for your teammates. It helps your team. Let's pop walls for your teammates. It helps. Okay. So, let's talk about this. Let's talk about this, because I think we need to kind of circle back here for a second. And you mentioned, I'm going to quote this, all right? One, you said you had a lot of good picks throughout the game. We'll talk about that. And you said, especially at the end of the second round, but your teammates could not clean up after you killed most of the team. And you said you feel like they weren't contributing as much as they could have. And you also mentioned that the supports weren't ulted. So let's talk about this. You need to stop worrying about your teammates at any point in these games. Because what we just watched from your Widow gameplay, this is on you right now and how you need to improve. Like, yeah, don't get me wrong. Your teammates made a couple plays here, a couple mistakes there. It happens. Everybody does. I do that in my rank games. I don't play perfect in my rank games. It happens. But the number one issue I'm seeing with you is that you're constantly out of team fights. What I mean by that, for example, is sometimes you're not even in a team fight. You're hiding at an angle, waiting for something to happen. You need to stop playing mid-range like you're playing Cassidy. Play further back so that way they have to look for you, but also play at an angle so that way they don't just look at you and your team at the same time. One of those examples was, even though they ended up killing you, remember when you went towards the end of the second round here, you went to the side, and then you were up top on that bridge and you got a kill. They looked away, and then your teammates eventually broke out of that spawn camp. So if you're just sitting there in one spot doing nothing, and then your teammates are losing in 5v4s or 4v5s because you're not involved in a team fight, how can you also then be like, okay, it's my teammates' fault because my teammates aren't doing this, aren't doing that? But you're playing Widow, one of the most like a limb heavy, like your value comes from either being seen by the other team so they can see you and know they have to worry about you, which you weren't doing. And number two, being able to play range and hit shots, which you weren't doing. You were playing basically Cassidy. If you want to play that mid-range gameplay, play Cassidy, because that will play more to you. Play Reaper, right? But if you're going to sit here and try to play Widow, you need to play further back. You need to play angles. Right at the end here, rather than sit here on the cart, why not go further back to here? Now, anybody who runs with the cart can get you, right? At the very worst, you can play the health back here and play the angle. Make them look at you, right? If they're looking at you here at this range, now your teammates over here don't have to worry about you. Your teammates don't have to worry about them all looking at them because you're in Widow over here. Do you see this? You also have a health pack you never picked up right here. Do you see what I'm saying? So instead of just sitting here on top of the cart, doing nothing, sitting around your teammates being like, oh, they're not using ults. What are they doing? I got a couple picks. Most of the picks you got, especially towards the end of the second round, were after your teammates died because you weren't even there to begin with. So if you show up to a team fight late, get 3 picks, and go, what are we doing, team? That's going to be on you at that point, right? So, multiple things. I want you to learn more about playing long range on Widow. Understand sight lines, understand the range. You have a pretty long range still. If you need to know, I think it's like, what, 40 meters now? Maybe it's even like, I forgot the exact meters. If you need to know how long the meters are, just ping something up here. It will tell you the meters. It's 50 to 70. There you go. Perfect. So you can ping, use the ping system. It will tell you how many meters away. You'll know the range. It's an easy way to understand ranges in Overwatch. All right? Second of all, make sure to use your walls. I know the walls, you're trying to use them only for your benefit. Your teammates will benefit greatly from using walls. We'll start with those basics. But yeah, I think right now you said that you fell from plat all the way to silver. I think right now you're probably in silver with the way that your positioning is. And I think that if you can fix your positioning, you'll start to see that climb to gold. But you have a lot to work on to get there. It's possible. You had moments of good shots, but I think you'll soon realize that if you play like further back as Widow and they can't get to you, you're going to have a pretty good go with things as Widow. So start with that and then see how the results go. You lost a lot of games in a row because you haven't quite adapted to the play style that you need to adapt. And I think if you do that, you'll be in a good spot. You can do this. You got this. You got this. If you like this video, make sure to the like button, subscribe to all 3 YouTubes if you haven't, leave a comment. All that helps. If you want to submit your own spectating, look in the description below. You'll see my Discord. That's where we do that. We also record these live on stream. You can see the Twitch chat below the webcam stream on YouTube, so stop by if you haven't. We have a lot of fun there. With that being said, I hope you have an amazing day/night.